Hello, everyone, and welcome to Intermediate Accounting 2, Accounting 206 at Santa Ana College. This is the second semester of our Intermediate Accounting course. However, if you have not taken 205, I don't think there's any reason why you shouldn't be able to take 206 and then hopefully go back and take 205 in the next semester. That would be spring of 2027. All right, so this course starts in fall. As you know, August 17th, coming right up. Final exam is December 2nd to December 4th. You'll have a range of times to be able to take that. This is the syllabus, if you hopefully you recognize. Um, I'm Stephen Wilson, and our ticket number is 8355. This is entirely an asynchronous course, although I do offer optional tutoring on Thursday nights from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock. And you're welcome to do that. There's going to be extra credit points involved in that as well. And I think it really helps your understanding of the course material. As you would know, it becomes challenging a little bit. Here, we have no scheduled Zoom class meetings, although the optional tutoring is done via Zoom. So the class itself, the course itself, is entirely online. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to give me a call. I do not like texts, however, but I do welcome phone calls if, in fact, it gets to be a little bit of an emergency. But I do prefer you just use my Santa Ana email, and we'll get to that here in a second. Okay, so this course description, we're going to go through a bunch of different things. And I think you'll see that here in a little more depth as I go through each of the chapters. Here's a table of contents. The syllabus gets to be a little bit long, so you can control click here and go to any section of the syllabus that you want. Okay. For Zoom, Zoom, although again, the course is deployed entirely asynchronously online. And additionally, there'll be extra credit optional Zoom live streaming tutoring sessions on Thursday evenings. That's an hour. It never exceeds an hour. I actually don't get paid for those sessions. I do them just to help you guys. So they're intended for you to ask me any questions you want, from questions on the homework, even homework in advance that hasn't been due yet, or for that matter, exams that haven't yet been due, or just getting career advice. These Thursday Zoom sessions are going to be accessed by clicking the Tech Connect Zoom link on the home page in Canvas, which we'll see here in, I think, the third video it'll take to get to that. So this will easily take you into Zoom for any of those sessions, and you earn 2 extra credit points for each hour you spend in those sessions, up to a maximum of 20 points. That Zoom allows individual videos to be shown. I think some of you are already familiar with Zoom, but it hopefully tries to approximate a face-to-face learning experience that we would have in the classroom. So those sessions do require a webcam, a microphone, and internet access, all of which are required for this course. I won't go through these mission statements. I think that you can read those on your own. The student learning objectives, we'll go through those real quickly. Typically, we stress financial statement analysis, and hopefully you'll be able to better understand business transactions and their impact on the financial statements. This course is basically, if you took Accounting 101 at Santa Ana College, this course is 101 on steroids. Okay, so financial accounting, this is the next step up from that. very little from managerial accounting is discussed. So again, I think you could take the 206 first and the 205 second, or the 205 first and the 206 accounting second. Okay, so we'll take a look at reporting and disclosures. We'll take a look at generally accepted accounting principles, et cetera, et cetera. The textbook here, I think, is the gold standard for intermediate accounting. It's big and it's heavy, but it contains everything you need, I think, and is approximately 80% of the CPA tests comes from intermediate accounting. I want you to have the absolute best tools that I know of to be able to proceed in your accounting education. So here it is, Intermediate Accounting, Kiso, Weingat, Warfield, 18th edition. Don't forget, however, it does have to come with Wiley Plus access code. So just getting a used textbook on the 18th edition, which are out there, I might add, that's not going to help you. I mean, it'll help you a little, but the Wiley Plus access code allows you to access the Wiley Plus homework and exercises and all of that are done within the Wiley Plus system. So the bookstore price, last I priced it, was about $154. That included everything you need to be successful in this class. It has a loose leaf textbook and the Wiley Plus access codes. And this should be, if you took 205 from me, this is very similar to what we did in 205. So, I mean, in fact, it's identical to what we did in 205, same textbook. But if you purchase this textbook from any other source, you're going to be responsible for the resource that's in this bundle. Okay. So I recommend that if you're new to this, to me and to this course, buy new materials. But if you're coming back from 205, you can keep the textbook that you used for 205 and just get the access codes here for another $76.95. That's the last pricing I knew. So a 2-week free trial is available for Wiley Plus and the ebook. So there's basically no reason why you can't hit the ground running for this course and start your homework, especially if money's a little tight. I know that's been the case with me. So hopefully you can go from there. Okay, so that access to Wiley Plus's online content, all the homework exercises, IFRS exercises and problems, exams, etc., and some extra credit CPA practice exercises and adaptive learning assignments, all are administered through the Wiley Plus system, and everything is done online that way. But again, you need those access codes to be able to do that. Okay, I think I'm going to let you read the rest of this on your own. So Wiley Plus technical support. This is a little different than McGraw-Hill. McGraw-Hill had a phone number that you could call for technical support. Wiley does not. So you could try to get support through their website, but I think your best option here, if you struggle with something, is to give me a call. And if I need to, I have a contact person at Wiley that can help me wiggle through any technical issues. However, I have to say that those are very rare. Of course, there's no penalty associated with any technical issues that are beyond your control. Okay. My expectations are that you would have some computer proficiency with Microsoft Office, particularly. Although we don't do a whole lot with Microsoft Office in this course. Electronic devices such as your iPods, iPads during exams are not allowed. and you may not record my instructional video lectures. However, those are available indefinitely on YouTube, and directions for accessing those videos are available in Canvas. You can basically subscribe to um, my uh, uh, YouTube account, and you get it all for free. Okay, calculators, good to have a simple calculator. A lot of people think that we do advanced math and accounting. We really don't. Um, but we do simple math. So I have a simple calculator, um, and away we go. Okay, group collaborations. I encourage you to do that. A lot of my students do that. Those collaborations are totally optional and for your benefit. If you do email me, please use these accounting 206 8355 in the subject field. I teach at a variety of different universities and colleges, so that way I can narrow down exactly where you are and be able to get back to you more quickly. Access to Canvas. Canvas we're going to be using. It's one of the course management systems that Santa Ana College uses. It's very easy to get in there, and here's the website that you would go. And you would just enter this, and away you go with your normal credentials and off and running. If you have any problems with that, I would contact the distance education department at Santa Ana College. They're really helpful people, and they can help you wiggle through any issues you might have. We also have Canvas technical support that's available with those phone numbers if you have any Canvas issues, which again are extremely rare. Okay, due dates in the syllabus are, and you'll see that when we get to the course assignments by due dates, the last, second to last page in this syllabus, and I'll show that to you in a few minutes. But those due dates are mirrored in Canvas, so it keeps you on track. Every now and then, serious life issues can happen to us all. That's why I've given you my phone number. Call me, and I'm a very flexible person. If you have a legitimate reason for missing an assignment deadline, um, we'll take it from there. Okay, withdrawals from the course. I am obligated to drop any student that doesn't show up for the first assignments. But other than that, if you need to drop, please do so on your own. I don't do that after those first assignment drops. Okay, failing withdrawals, we'll just let that go for now. I expect everybody's in this course is very motivated, and typically most people in this course do very well. If you just follow the yellow brick road, everything works. Admissions and records, good idea to have that accurate and up to date, especially at the end of the semester. If I need to contact a student at the end of the semester and I can't get a hold of them, that usually doesn't work to that student's best interests. So please keep your information up to date. Ethical responsibility here, the field of accounting requires a high level of ethical responsibility. And the academic environment's no different. So cheating of any kind, as I think you would expect, on projects or tests, I cannot tolerate. So a student who cheats or is subject to appropriate procedures described in Santa Ana College's student code of conduct. Okay, that looks like a good place for us to stop this video. And when we return, we'll take a look at the points and finish off the syllabus. We will later go through the actual course itself and give you a little orientation, probably in the third video. Until that time, bye for now.